Welcome in, everybody, to the Wave of the World podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Perry. I got my good friend, my cousin, my entrepreneur with me, young Mike Adams.
What's good? Wave of the world.
I'm excited to have my family on here because they have been the main ones supporting me. The first couple episodes I sent to Mike, and I saw him put it on I put it on YouTube, but I saw him put it on TV, and it kind of like blew my
68.
mind. It blew my mind. Like I didn't think that a lot of people would support me doing it,
Excuse
but
me, baby.
I appreciate any support that I get. My family always supports me. And now I want to take the time to let Mike talk about what he's doing, even though he's quarantined.
Man, I've been just, I've been relaxing. I've been told you I was playing hoops, out there for like 2 hours too. Staying hezzy cross, all that stuff. With the chairs, I'm talking about everything. I've been deep. But yeah, just working on school. I took my first final today. Got 85.
We going somewhere.
Man, yeah, got 85. So we starting off right. That's pretty much it, man. I've been just relaxing. I'm not gonna lie. I've been enjoying this time. I miss being out and being busy. Like before this, I was like busy every day. You know what I'm saying? I had my own schedule, had everything going great for me. But I'm a homebody myself, so this it's not that bad. You know what I mean?
We both introverts. If you can't tell in the tone
Yeah,
of our voice, like this don't really affect us whatsoever.
right, right. I can't really complain. Like nobody, I'm actually really pretty blessed. Like nobody's sick, nobody I really know or close to affected, nobody's dead. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I can't say that for a lot of people, but
I think it's crazy, even like how different it is state by state. Because I'm in Tennessee, Mike's in Pennsylvania, and your dad was telling me how y'all had like a curfew of like 8 o'clock.
yeah,
Oh, that's crazy.
yeah. It's about to be lifted though, I think, this Friday, but still like yeah, you can't. You're gonna get that ticket. That ticket gonna be odd. That ticket gonna be
It
hard. You
made
can
me
be out there.
It made me think of the scene from The Purge whenever like you got that cutoff time where they started sounding the
Yeah,
sirens. I
the
was like, bro, y'all
siren.
can't be doing this.
Nah, you can't get your heart out there.
So one thing that I wanted to ask you, since we're all at home, what's one thing that you really enjoyed, other than being alone? What's one thing that you've been binge watch while you've been quarantined?
Binge watch. Honestly, I started watching low key anime again.
Mm-hmm.
Like I started watching cause anime is long. Like you get
It's
mad
mad long.
episodes. Yeah. So I started watching Bleach again. That's the
Okay.
one I'm really focusing on right now. Tough. I used to love that stuff as a kid, like Naruto. Naruto has to be like the best. But I already finished that. So, but yeah, I've been watching Bleach. What was I watching on Netflix? It was like some gang. It was like a English gang, like Peaky Blinders or something like that.
Peaky
I don't know if
Blinders.
you. Yeah, I started watching that. Everybody hates Chris on Hulu. I've been everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, everywhere.
So I just got done. I think this past week
Oh,
they released the last episode of Dave. I talked about it on the last episode,
oh
but
yeah, Dave. I've been
Dave is
watching Dave too.
hilarious.
Dave is funny.
I finished
I got
Outer Banks in 2 days. Uh, I think that show is dope. I'm ready for the next season. And then, yeah, I'm in the same lane. I'm trying to get back onto my anime because I mainly just watch Dragon Ball Z, Naruto,
yeah,
One Piece. I'm trying to like get
yeah,
out
One
of
Piece
the
too.
like the the ones that everybody knows, you know.
Yeah, but anime
Uh,
got a good like story to it too.
yeah, I was
That's why.
I was talking with one of my friends about like if they really wanted to in anime, you could split off stories with all of the sub characters
Yeah.
because they focus on like 2 to 3 at max 3 people to build the story around, and
Hmm.
the rest of the people, like I think Naruto, they could definitely spin off something with like Neji and Hinata, or Sasuke and Sakura after
Right.
all the stuff
Everything's
happens.
over.
So,
Yeah, for sure.
uh, well, speaking about anime, what's the most ridiculous thing that you've ever Googled? Because I've Googled some weird anime stuff before.
I mean, I don't. So every stuff. I mean, honestly, I just want to be like knowing like how strong is this guy? Like, you know what I mean? Like, like how
you
strong
Googling how much
is he
somebody can
stronger than
squat?
him? Yeah, something like that, man. That's pretty much that's all I really like. I'll Google something about. I be trying to get like little it's my dad. We go cool and what's it called? I can't think now. You distracted me. I be trying to think of like what's it called when you try to see I can't think right now. The when you try to see like before like into the future before it shows you like what happens before.
Like time
What's that
travel?
called? No, not time travel, but
Like a vision?
you no, like when you like say like Naruto and Sasuke is fighting, right? I just started on that, but I want to know who won. Like I'll Google that.
Oh, okay. So you want like a spoiler?
Spoiler. That's the word. I could not think of that word. I could not think of that for the life of me. Yeah, spoilers. I do a lot of that too.
I'd be nervous on what I Google because I don't want to end up on the list because I got my picture on my
Oh,
page. I'm sure there's a list out there somewhere where you know they have like a list of people like, all right, they're looking for us.
you think the FBI is gonna come down your door just because you searched up Naruto?
Not Naruto. I'm trying to think what's the weirdest thing that whenever
Now I'm curious.
when all the Area 51 stuff was going on and people were talking
Oh
about
yeah,
rating it,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted to know what people were talking about. I'm not saying me personally, I'm gonna go jump out and try to raid Area 51, but I just want to know what people are talking about. And I just kept Googling things the more that I kept reading on it. So.
Oh man.
What I did see though, I always look up sometimes I'll like see what the most trending things are on Google so I can make my TikToks. And now the most trending thing right now is Michael Jordan's shoes that he wore at MSG, those last Air Jordan, the ones. Um, so we gonna talk about the Last Dance. I wanted to hear your opinion about it.
I think it's cool. I think it's real dope. The last real episode I saw was the Rodman when he was like in Vegas and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was like kind of cool just as like a team standpoint, like how like just so accepting of Dennis Rodman because you know Dennis Rodman is different, like
Oh,
just
big difference.
just how accepting they are and just they just know how he is, so they they do these things. They let him go to Vegas. He straight up said, "Yo, I need a break." Went to Vegas for 2 days, and he knew he wasn't gonna come back.
Mm-hmm.
But but they still like they granted him that vacation.
They kind of
You know what I'm
let
saying?
everybody do whatever they wanted to do because, well,
Right.
Dennis was doing his thing because they came out and said, or Carmen Electric came out and said they was having sex all over the locker room. Jordan left New York. He went up to Atlantic City to go gamble. I'm like, y'all ain't even here to play basketball no
Like for real. Like, but that's pretty cool though. Like honestly, but they was winning. Like you
more. Yeah,
couldn't.
Like, not I think it's even more fascinating that not only were they doing all that, but Jordan took his 2 years off to go play baseball, came back and still won again.
Bro, that's like you gotta be the GOAT to be able to do that. You got to be. Ain't nobody else could do that but him.
I I have like a newfound appreciation for Michael Jordan, even though we grew up in we grew up
Yeah,
towards the latter half of his career, but had more of um,
yeah.
a
Kobe
Kobe
and
role
Bron.
model to look after.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
Kobe's definitely the closest thing to Jordan.
what are your thoughts on Bron now that you're
Bron.
watching The Last Dance?
I can't wait for his last dance. Honestly, I can't wait for it. But honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think my GOAT is Bron. I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm.
Like I grew up. I watched Kobe and Bron, but I just seen how dominant Bron was in Miami. Oh my gosh, and like how he kind of makes his team better too. Like
Hmm.
talk about that 2016 Cavs. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
2017 Cavs. Like they were trash. They
Yeah,
were trash.
the Cavs were always
You know what I
trash. If
mean?
you go
They were
back
trash.
to when he was like fresh Bron, like
Yeah, even back then
early
too.
20s, he was taking them cats to the playoffs, and you couldn't even pronounce half the team's last name.
Yeah, right, bro. They were trash. Like I mean, like Kobe, he had Shaq and stuff like that, but only real thing you can say about Kobe is passing, like making his other team better. Like Kobe was just that dominant, though. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I'm not taking anything away from him, but rest in peace. But yeah, I think my goal would be Bron, though. I'm not gonna lie, for sure.
Mine personally would be Kobe, just because of the not only I look at accolades kind of like separate because there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
great basketball players. If championships matter the most, then Bill Russell's the greatest.
Right.
Uh, but nobody really be thinking about that because back then there wasn't no 3-point line. He was probably the tallest dude out there.
Yeah, that's the same thing
Probably,
with Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt
yeah. Well,
Chamberlain was dropping 50 a game, but he was playing with like little white boys. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't even believe that he got them 100 points, bro. There is no record of that.
oh
All we
my
have
god, I
is
believe
him
it.
holding up a.
Don't do
Bro, I just scored 100 points in this podcast. I don't believe
it.
it. I don't believe it. I don't believe this man took minimum 50 shots
Bro,
in in
he was 7
12-minute
plus.
quarters.
Everybody else is 5'5", bro. I believe it. He playing with
they
little
was
kids.
they was playing in Rucker Park and with a peach basket.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, but for me, personally, it's Kobe just because I don't think anybody outworked him, and he worked
Yeah,
himself
mentality.
so hard until his body couldn't take it anymore. And I haven't really seen anybody else do that or resemble that in any type of
Right.
way.
The Achilles when he tore it, still made them free
Still
throws.
made the free throws.
Tough.
81 points.
Yeah.
And one of the only players to have two different jersey numbers retired because he was great in both jerseys. Like, it didn't even
Right.
matter.
Yeah, I really respected Kobe, like, when he retired, with the Mamba Academy and stuff like that, and like creating opportunities for others. And that's something I want to do like in the future. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So that's why I really admired him a little bit more and respected him a little bit more. Definitely. And, coaching, his daughter's team and trying to help the WNBA and stuff like that. I think that
Mm-hmm.
was, that's great.
I didn't even I thought the Mamba Academy was just like a bunch of basketball courts, like a regular. No, it's like a
Nah,
whole weight room. They got a
NFL
track in
players,
there.
yeah.
It's crazy.
All athletes.
Also, the other reason that I choose Kobe over MJ sometimes and Bron, the dude was only out of basketball for like 2 years and he won an Oscar. Like, like who does that other than Kobe?
Yeah, bro. He's the first one.
He left his
What was it for? You remember?
For his basketball animated short, um, like Dear Basketball. Not only did he leave his field of comfortability, he came back and said, "I'm going to win something over here." That's what did it for me.
That's just greatness wherever you go.
Which is kind of the same watching the Last Dance, because they were talking about how some of the dudes in the front of the plane or in the front of the bus will be playing cards and they'd be betting for like $2 or $3, and Mike, Pippen, and Rodman would be in the bag and they'd be playing for like $2,000-$3,000. And then every so often Mike would come up to the front and be like, "Hey, what are y'all playing?" And they're like, "You don't want to play with us. We only playing for like $2-3. And he was like, "But I want your money in my pocket." Bro, that don't got nothing to do with him. You back there playing for racks. They up here playing for bubblegum money. I don't understand.
Yeah, I think he said he got like a competitive problem. Like he was different. Like I can't explain it. Just his competitiveness. And I know I saw on Instagram like the scrimmage with him and Magic Johnson and stuff like that. That's a different mindset, you know what I mean? Like
that's a scrimmage, bro. This is practice. We on the same team.
This is practice.
Practice. Like, I'm gonna beat you in practice, so you know in the game not to test me. That was ridiculous. I don't got no transition for this one. We're just gonna hop right into it. We're gonna do a Mount Rushmore of cereals. We're gonna go back and forth. You can talk about why you pick what you picked, but I'll let you go ahead first.
All right, so I definitely like growing up as a kid, always had Cheerios. I think Cheerios definitely gotta be up there. But listen, my dad, I got it from my dad. Right, he used to make cereals all the time. So I used to have Cheerios, Honey Nut Cheerios with Raisin Bran. Slap. Okay. I promise you, it's slap.
I'm not gonna lie. I used to mix some cereals too. Mine was always frosted Flakes and Cheerios, because you get the honey nut from the Cheerios plus the sugar of the Frosted Flakes, bro. You good all day.
Fire. Yeah, I'm definitely. Frosted Flakes can definitely be up there. I've got some right now. I'm not gonna lie. And what's the one with the frog on it? The Smack'ems or something like that.
The Honey Smacks, bro.
That was the best part about spending time with grandma. Best part about going to grandma.
The same thing.
Best part was going to grandma was getting the Smack'ems.
So our grandma used to have the plastic bowls with the straws that you could use to drink the milk after. And when I tell you them smacks with the sugar at the bottom, and then you drink that milk after, bro, you set for the rest of the day. But go ahead.
So it's so weird. Like, she never ate them. Like, they were always just there. It was never stale.
Bro, she never ate cereal a day in her life.
Bro, she just had them on deck. So yeah, I got Cheerios, Frosted Flakes. Come on, Dexter. Smack'ems. Dang, what's my last one? I think I might have to go Fruit Loops. Okay. I might have to go Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops be hitting.
I ain't mad at that. Our lists are somewhat similar because I have Frosted Flakes and I got the Honey Smacks on there too. But since I moved out, I chose Captain Crunch, not the all berries, but the ones that have some berries in it. I like that little mix in there. And then my last one is Fruity Pebbles, because I don't know what it is about them.
I don't
I
like when
think
they
it's
so.
they're just like easy to eat. Like the rest of the cereals are like mad crunchy.
Yeah, I think I need a crunch.
You
I
need
need
crunch.
it. I need it. It can't be soggy. I can't be sitting in my cereal soggy. I can't do it.
I don't. That's the thing because sometimes like I don't always want the Captain Crunch because there'll be some times where you get a piece of cereal and it'll cut the inside of your mouth.
Oh,
Bro, I am not lying. I've had
that never happened to me.
I've
You must
had
be
plenty of
chewing too hard or something.
times. or they will be too crunchy and I've bit my tongue before.
No, I think you just got some
Yeah, these are personal problems at this point.
Nah, it never happened to me. But yeah, I think that's definitely just the crunch is satisfying. You know what I mean? Like that. You know what I mean? Like that's a good bite. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy? Speaking about crunch, so back when I was in high school and we were learning how to edit videos, our teacher assigned my group to do a Kit Kat commercial, and
Ooh,
we had to find different things to break that sounded appealing, and then get people to eat the Kit Kat, but do a like a voiceover with that sound. I thought it was dope. Like we went outside, we started like breaking celery.
yeah,
Uh,
that's the first thing I thought of.
we did celery. We also did we like ripped open onions. Uh, a lot of things that a Kit Kat don't sound like.
Right.
Yeah, we did. We ended up doing like beats on the table just to like see if we can get like a consistent sound. It was fun doing
That's a fun project.
that. Whenever you get your Mac, look up um, Final Cut Pro or
Okay.
I think it's called Lightroom. Those are some
Yeah,
good.
I was next thing I was about to ask you, like, what editing software you be using, but
I also I just
yeah.
be editing on the iPhone. It ain't that hard. I have two separate iPhones, so it doesn't take up a lot of space on one of them. But
Okay, money bags.
I'm in this thing. I'm in it for real.
Now I be using Video Shop for like my my IG videos, but
Hmm.
that ain't nothing, bro. I'm trying to be elite.
I understand. Well, was there anything that you wanted to plug so that people can go follow you?
Like, I mean, honestly, when I'm back, out there working with people again, if you didn't know, I'm a personal trainer, right now. Um, and I help people more with the exercise aspect, not really nutrition or anything, but you know, I train people, and I post my workouts on Instagram. You can follow me at Major.Mike 2. And yeah, I got a bunch of workouts on there. I also drop like a little bit of facts and knowledge, about nutrition and exercise stuff and stuff like that. If you have any questions, you can always DM me. My DMs are always open. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Or uh, I appreciate you for jumping on this with me. It's
This
been
is
a good
great.
conversation.
This is great. I'm really like proud of you too. Like, I know you're my older cousin and stuff like that, but I love seeing people doing things that they're, passionate about and like that's different. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
and you sticking to it too, you consistent. That's the big thing. You know what I'm saying? Like just being
Bro, it'd be
consistent.
hard sometimes.
Yeah.
It'd be hard. I'd be searching for stuff to talk about, and I'd be
Right.
thinking, like I might run out of things to talk about one day, but
No.
it ain't
You
it
just
ain't
gotta
as hard
stay
as it seems.
consistent. And
Yeah,
I know you're gonna be successful. You're gonna, what I'm saying, you're gonna grow and everything. It's gonna be great.
I just hit. Speaking of which, shout out to all of the Patreon people. But I just hit 400
Ooh.
listens across all podcast platforms, and then I think on YouTube we're up to either 200 or 300 views on all videos. So
Okay.
going
Keep it up.
I appreciate you, Mike, for stopping by. People let me know who you want to talk to. We can all Zoom. This is easy. I like doing this. But I will see y'all next week, I think. Shout out to the Patreon people. If you want to go and support, you can join for as low as $1 a month. You can go to patreon.com/Wave of the World. You can also find me on all podcast platforms as well as YouTube. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. I appreciate all of your support. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe. You can find me here at Wave of the World Podcast on YouTube. You can also find me on any podcast platform. If you have any questions, thoughts, or suggestions, please send them to waveoftheworld19@gmail.com. And this beat is provided by Terminal Beats.